Hello, welcome to MBKM Travel. Now, after 3 years of staying home because of lockdown, etc., I have done my first online flight booking, so let's hope it all goes well. I'm at Terminal 5. It's now 14:26 in the afternoon, and I'm going to check in around 6 o'clock, I think. Something like that. I've already checked in online. That was okay. I was already allocated a seat. This is a deal with British Airways where they did flight and hotel Ibis in Germany for a couple of days, about 3 nights. So this for me is just a tryout because I've never booked a flight before and I've been sat around on my backside for the last 3 years, not being able to go abroad. I'm going to go in a minute and have a look in the terminal, and hopefully you can join me in there. So I'm now inside, just keeping an eye on my bag there, well not bag, my briefcase. I'm now inside Terminal 5. This is quite something. So I've been to Terminal 2 before, but not this one. And it literally is, it's like a sort of a shopping mall. It's quite impressive. You can buy suitcases here, baggage. There's a, let me flip it around. Marks and Spencer's behind me, food place, and let's just have a walk through. I've arrived in well in good time. It's now 2:30 and my flight is not until 7 o'clock, but I mean I've come up from the West Country, so I always really believe in leaving plenty of time before a flight, because if something goes wrong on that motorway, or God forbid the coach breaks down, or there's a problem on the motorway, which I've seen in the past, not coming to an airport, but I've been on the motorway in a car and there's been a problem up ahead and people are literally just parked up, stood in the road. The sun's shining on me a bit, but hopefully you get to a place where you can see me a bit better. But the Heathrow staff are very, very friendly. They're nice people. I've checked in online, but I was a little bit confused over where I've actually got to go to get on the plane, because it's quite something, Terminal 5. It really is. I'm going to take you down there now and you can have a look at it. The reason I turn around then is because very low winter sun. It's February. I'm going to be flying to Germany today. I haven't been to Germany since the 1980s. Probably the last time I went there was something like 1986, which is nearly 40 years ago. So hopefully this will be cool. For me, this is a proving ground. After 3 years of not travelling anywhere, I had to renew my passport in lockdown, which wasn't an easy task, but the passport office staff were great. And I said to them, I'm doing my best. And they said, no, that's fine. And I got my passport to call in and just authenticate myself, as well as all the documents that I put in. And they were great, and they gave me my passport, which is a blue one. United Kingdom only, as we are not part of Europe anymore. This is a real great place, this. I mean, you could spend all day in here. I've seen that film with Tom Hanks, The Airport, and you could literally spend your entire day here. I mean, they've got the best Costa coffee place I've ever seen, if you can see it behind me. It looks quite something. Lots of people waiting there with signs up for people to get off of planes and such. They look at me because I'm wearing a shirt and tie. I like to wear a shirt and tie in most places I go because people treat you better. If you're decently dressed and tidy, people are very accommodating for you. You look better. I had a good shave this morning, put a collar and tie on, and hopefully things will go well. It is quite something, this place. There's a Cafe Nero down the bottom. I won't go any more. I'm going to literally check back in with you all when I get to the departures area. So I'll see you shortly. I'm in the departures area now. I haven't gone through security yet because I think it's too early. I'm not going to go through there until about 5:30, something like that, 5 o'clock. BA staff are very friendly. Young lady there just took a very long time with me to explain to me what I've done. What it is, if you book with a travel agent, really that's the ABC to travel. You know what to do, where to go. It's sort of instructional. But if you book online, and this is my first time booking online, it's not quite the same. So you've got to literally do everything yourself, and I'm not overly knowledgeable about that. But I use the BA website, which I made an account on, and I pay for it on, obviously. And as long as I've got the boarding pass with me, which I've got printed and on my phone, because like I said, this is all a first run for me, I can go straight to security and then they'll direct me from there. That's what she told me. So it looks to me as though in Terminal 5 at Heathrow, most of the food courts are downstairs. This is on level 3. So if you do arrive here, you get off, say you come by coach, National Express, you'll get off National Express and you'll get in on the ground floor. If you're waiting for somebody to arrive, it's on that floor. And then if you're going to depart, it's on level 3, which they seem to have escalators here, but they want to encourage people to take the lift. So you're not allowed to go up any of the escalators. But most of the food courts, including Marks and Spencer's, Cafe Nero and Costa, are on the ground floor. So what I'm doing is really a fact-finding thing for me, this, which is good. It's now 5 to 3, so I've got 2 hours yet. But I strongly advise you, if you have got a flight, get here 2 hours early, even if you've got to bring sandwiches with you in a flask. Get here early, because if something happens on the motorway on the way here, you don't want to be delayed getting your flight. I'm now going to grab myself a coffee, and I'll catch you all in a while. So quick recap: if you're coming to Terminal 5, if you're coming in by coach, National Express, they're going to drop you off the outside on the ground floor. And then when you come into it's the arrivals department. I mean, I've grabbed myself. There is a pub upstairs called the Globe, and there are food outlets upstairs, which are great. But I don't really want to get involved in all that in a moment. I've got some time to run before I fly. So what I've done is grab myself a coffee at Costa at a reasonable price. I mean, I thought airport coffee is going to be dear, but it's an absolutely reasonable price. I don't know, £2.75, which is not bad for an airport. I'm just biding my time now, and I've got the feel of the place. Like I said, you come in on the ground floor, which is arrivals, and then there is one escalator you can travel up. But there's also lifts, and then you go to level 3, which is departures. Now, I've been chatting to BA, British Airways, Heathrow Airport staff, and like I said, this is a first run for me. So if you book online and you got your boarding pass, you only have hand luggage. You don't need to start dropping bags. Obviously, what you do is you go through security. If you've got any liquids on you, a very nice lady who's Heathrow Airport staff gave me some plastic bags. I've already bought some because it said on the website, but she gave me some plastic bags to put all my liquids in. So that's good, and I'll check back in and tell you. She said that all you got to do is present them for inspection at security, and then hopefully you go through. Well-earned coffee now. I haven't had a coffee since I left home in the West Country. I'm not feeling hungry yet. I had a very good breakfast. I filled myself up with food before I came, so I didn't want to land up feeling hungry and not to have to pay extortionate prices in an airport. But so far as the coffee is concerned, it's at a very reasonable price. So I'll join you all again a bit later. I'm just going to have a quick, not a siesta, but a quick rest. I'm in the departure area now. My flight's delayed, so I've got plenty of time to talk to you all. It's delayed by about 49 minutes. This could be for many reasons. As you know, I used to work in aircraft, so it could be for anything. But that's okay, because it gives me more time to talk to all of you. Now, this is the departure area, so I've been through security. Pretty painless, to be honest with you. You've got to put all your liquids and things like that, deodorants, toiletries, smellies, into a clear plastic bag, and then present that when you walk through to scan your boarding pass. Once you've done that, you then go to the security area, which I'm not allowed to film. I've spoken to Heathrow staff, and they're fine about me filming, but they said please don't film the security area, which is fine. And then what you do is you strip off coats, jackets, hats, all sorts. I got picked at random for an extra scan, and I was cool, and I've come through and I've sorted all my stuff out, repacked a couple of things, because if you put a laptop into a suitcase that you're going to carry onto the plane, that laptop's got to come out. So I packed mine in my reenactors US Army World War II paratroopers musette bag, and I had to take it out and then put all the clothes back in it, which is not a hassle. They've got their rules here, and it keeps the planes trouble-free, which I'm all in favour of. And behind me is the Harry Potter shop. For those who are into Harry Potter, it's great, but I've never seen that film. It really doesn't interest me. I remember back in the 90s, you were either Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. I was a Lord of the Rings man myself. Watched that film, enjoyed it. I don't watch it now. You sort of have enough of it, don't you? You've got all sorts of big names here. There is Harrods here, Harry Potter shop. There's another shop. I've got to be careful because they don't want me filming the security area. So all sorts of, is a real cornucopia of delights. But I don't have the money for it. I mean, I'm a budget traveller, and that's it, really. I'm Mr. Economy class. So essentially, I'm not going to be buying anything. It is very hot in here. So don't come in with a Arctic sweater and an overcoat unless you're going to the Arctic, all right? Because it is warm in here. And I've got quite a weight. I mean, even if your flight's delayed, it's another thing, you've got to check in at a normal time. So I still keep saying the word check in, but I've done it online. So, but you've got, if you're going to check if you've got check bags. Now, check bags, all right, this is what I got confused over. All right, now a check bag is anything over 23 kilograms. That's got to go in the hold of the plane. And what they do is you take it to your check-in place, especially if you haven't done it online. You turn up, they check you in, and what happens then is your bag goes into the hold of the plane. They stick your name on it with a sticky label, and then you pick it up at the other end at the baggage carousel. I travel light, all right, so I've got a briefcase which doubles as a small suitcase, and I've got my paratroopers musette bag, and they're both 23 kilograms and under, and I've also measured the size of the briefcase, and it complies with the sizes that BA of British Airways have stipulated to go under the seat or in the rack above or whatever. All right, so I'm going to have a dig around that, and I'll rejoin you shortly. And if I find anything of interest, I will rejoin you, all right? But it's all expensive here. I mean, I can't afford it. It's a real showpiece of the UK. I'm not going to buy anything, all right? So I'll catch up with you all later. Those of you who are absolutely laden with cash, you can see Harrods behind me, and what a place it is. Yeah, it's quite something. I mean, that really is the pride of Britain, department stores. Let me just turn around. Yeah, but there you go, there's Harrods. I won't get too close, they might not like me filming. And behind me here is a sort of gadgetry type place, sells all sorts of accessories, and it's got the Sony logo up there. And there's further shops going down. Yeah, let me flip the camera around for you. But there's Harrods in all its glory. I'm not going too close to them because, one, I don't have any money, and two, they might not like me doing this. So yeah, there you go. All right, menswear, ladies wear, all sorts, all the top makes. I don't even know. I'm not a designer man, no. I like to look good, but on the other side, it's a lot of money for all of that. I've got a couple of Ralph Lauren polo shirts at home, and they're worth the money, but they've gone up drastically in price because I popped into a department store at home, all right? So I'm going to have a dig around the airport now, and I'll speak to you all later. I'm finally on my flight. This flight is packed out. It is fully booked. I'm going to have to get up in a minute because I'm sat right on the end here. I didn't get a window seat. It's finally arrived. It was delayed for about an hour and a half, which you can let that go, that's all right. But finally on here now. I still am in favour of getting to the airport early because, you know, coming up on motorways, etc., if there's an issue on that motorway, I mean, I've been on the motorway and the traffic can stopped, and you're not going to be moving what could be for hours. So it is worth getting here early to make sure you're here. It is a long wait once you're here, but I am now on the flight. It's quite a nice plane actually. It's an A3 something or the other. Airbus, company I used to work for. The wings obviously built in the West Country. The rest of the plane built in Germany, I think. Possibly France. France. I think it's France. It was France then. Perhaps it's changed. I don't know. But it's a very nice aircraft. It's nice and clean, and the seats are good. Hopefully we'll be leaving in a minute, but quite a long time in the airport. But booking online is good because you don't have to do a lot of things. There's, I mean, I brought hand luggage, so there's no checking bags. I had to show my passport, and I had to show boarding pass, which was already sent to me. So a lot of, by booking online, a lot of things are saved for you, and you know, you could. If I was doing it again, like I said, this is a first run for me on all of this. So if I was doing it again, I would find it a lot easier. Going to anywhere is always a bit harder work than returning. That is because you don't know what's ahead of you. So yeah, it's good. I think the biggest thing that I found on these review sites when you check out all these online bookings, it's when somebody, a lot of it is when somebody books a flight, and what happens then is they change something on that flight, or they get somebody's name wrong or gender wrong, and that then causes problems when you get to the airport. If you are booking online, make sure that you get your name right. If you've got a middle name, put it down. There's got to be the name that's on the passport. You've got to get the gender right, okay? You've got to really check and double check, forms in triplicate type thing when you're doing it, because this is what you pay extra for at a travel agent. They make sure that all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted, and if you're booking online, you've got to do that yourself, all right? Some of the complaints about online booking in general, I'm not going to say any particular airline. I've been looking on Trustpilot the last few days. A lot of the complaints is when it's been a group booking, they've been and got somebody's name wrong, somebody's gender wrong, something like that, and of course you land up with 10 girls and 5 boys, and you're supposed to have 6 boys and whatever girls, and it causes problems, or people get changing things. Try not to change things. If you have booked something, leave it at that. I mean, you might think, oh well, we could go a day late. Don't, unless you've got a real problem, and then I would call the airline rather than trying to adjust it online. I literally would call them, but that's at your own risk. I don't know. I mean, I'm not giving solutions to problems on there. It's just a suggestion, all right? Hopefully we're going to get underway in a minute. I'm going to have to get up and move because there are two vacant window seats there, and I'm sat in the gangway here, but then again, that's all right. If I want to get up and use the toilet or something like that, that'd be really good, all right? It means I haven't got to like sort of push past people, excuse me type thing. Looking forward to leaving. I'll check back in with you when I arrive in Germany.